You're silver 5, not pat 5. Let's check one of your games. There we go, ranked games. Rakan main, okay, that's fine. Rakan's pretty strong in this patch. So we need a long game. What is there a game here that you want me to look at? Specifically Aquaro? Here's memeing, basically pat 5. Which game? That's like a 31-minute game. All his game links are pretty long. I want to choose the one where he's got like seemingly decent stats, but he still loses. 2-6-15 is pretty reasonable. I can already see what's wrong with this already. With some of these item build choices already. Translate mistake? No problem, dude. Let's choose a long game. Let's go for... this one here? Yeah, this one here. Let's download that. Right, let's watch it. Interesting Caitlyn name jumping into this game. Did you guys see that? Okay, so this is a silver 5 game. Oh boys, don't be scared, man. Even don't take offense to anything I'm gonna say. It should hopefully mostly be constructive. Okay. Right, so let me just see what we've got. Obviously we can't see how champion selection went. So they've got Vayne, Morgana, and your Caitlyn, Rakan. So that should be a relatively... Morgana does kind of counter Rakan a little bit with Black Shield, but your Caitlyn should demolish the Vayne. Caitlyn's really good against some of those hyper carries with the short range, like the Vayne and the Kaiser, for example. Jace versus Lux mid. I haven't seen Jace for ages. Graves versus Rengar. Graves would probably win that. Camille versus Cho'Gath. So yeah, straight away, looking at the team comps, their late game wins. Cho'Gath and Vayne are really good late game. You've got nothing particularly strong there late game. You've got Lux potentially could catch 1 or 2 of them out to do some mega burst. So what you need to be doing anyway when you're going into these games is that you need to be looking at your win condition. Their win condition is get the game as late as possible and then they can win the game. You've got to stop that. You've got to try and win the game in about 25 minutes. Past 25 minutes, your chances of winning the game goes down straight downhill. Unless you're able to like catch them off in a trap or something. That's like your only choice at that point. Okay, so that's... Alright. Let's only put the camera on Rakan. Where do we see items? Is there a way to stick that panel up permanently? Does anyone know the commands here? I want that, I want the tab pressed down constantly so I can see the items and things all the time. Interface, toggle HUD. Nope, wrong one. Scoreboard items, X. No. Go to the bottom left, it's somewhere there. Thank you. So we're focused on Rakan. Everything will be... oh yeah, the classic dance. Good job, I would do that as well. The problem is you really shouldn't be here though. You really shouldn't be scouting here. That's Lux's job. Lux should be like doing this. Lux should be here. You've got no vision here at all. If they were to come in this brush, I would quickly level W and then dash out. Rakan's pretty safe scouting in this bush, even against someone like a Morgana. Also, if you were gonna come into this brush and gank, I don't think they even went in this brush properly. Yeah, Graves went in first. Oh my god, that's so bad. Always let the CC person go in first and always go around like this way. Go through the brush and then go through like down here and then come out here because it got less time to react basically. What rank is this match? Silver 5. So yeah. So yeah, that's terrible invade and you got terrible scouting going on here. Caitlyn's AFK at Fountain, that happens like AD's AFK in the Fountain all the time, so whatever. Okay, Rengar might get fucked here. Okay, he needs to run. No, don't go back in. How's Morgana not done the binding yet? Okay, at this point I would not save. You do not save. If anyone gets caught out in the jungle like that, you ditch them. You do not help them. Just leave them. A, it's their fault, and B, you going in just makes it prone to you dying. That was a great example of today actually, one of my Nami games today actually, where I stupidly tried to help my Lee Sin that did something similar. He survived though. I'll give you that, he survived. That shouldn't have happened. Always ditch though. They're lucky that Lux did a double binding though. I would never save. Rengar misses out on a big pull. But don't forget that also stemmed because you weren't scouting this tri-bush from the get-go. So yeah, I didn't mean to rewind. I hate this directed camera. Rakan. It's not gonna have it. Wait. You're ditching your AD carry to help with this pull? I wouldn't do this either. You lose way too much XP. In a game where you've got to snowball the game as much as possible, do not come back and help your jungler. Your jungler just has to deal with it himself. He should be able to solo the red buff. It'll be a pain in the ass. He might complain. But yeah, just don't. Thank you for the double click advice. Double click advice, by the way. But yeah, do not come back because you would miss so much XP right here, right now. Sure, Caitlyn is a decent champion to hold off 1v2, but it's mainly the XP here, and you need to win this early, and you need to carry it. And if you're decent mechanically as well as Rakan, you should have the option to roam to mid, and you're just going to lose way too much XP doing this. So I wouldn't do that. Rengar just has to do the buff by himself. Oh god, is she gonna die? This is the thing that gets on in Silver 5? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, like the lack of attack. Like, can I just show anyone that's an AD main here? That actually pissed me off so much. Right, okay, right. So, okay, whatever. Got caught by binding, it happens, right? These things happen. She has heal and flash. Like, the heal's fine, but she's not attack moving at all. She's standing still, literally. She's just pressed right click and not moved at all. She didn't know the damage value on her auto attack either there, so she flashed forward. This is the most... What the fuck is going on here? Like, no attack move, like no movement in between auto attacks. Come on. Don't worry, it's not the person I'm blaming. So if you're if you're anyone, always make sure you learn to do attack move. Like move and attack, don't just stand in the same spot. This is okay, right, okay, I can tell you for a fact that you're not gonna get a kill there. Right, let's pause right back after this kill. Okay, right, Vayne got away. I'll chase myself a little bit. Your W might be up, but unless you like W in right now. Is your W ready? Now your W is on cooldown because you used it here, didn't you, to try and gap close. So you know your W is in cooldown and you're not going to get under there. So You missed more XP here as well. You do kind of end up freezing the lane here a little bit here though. Right here, you just want to keep... What you want to do here in this situation is that you want to keep the Vayne at bot lane as long as possible because she's got money in her bag, right? She's got money in her bag right now. If she goes... Money in your inventory means nothing unless you go back to the fountain and buy it. So if I was this Rakan, my objective here would be to keep this Vayne in the lane as long as possible. Because now my Caitlyn's gone back and bought... I don't know what she's bought. What did she buy? Why does it keep coming off? I don't know what she bought. How do I change it from CS? Does anyone know how to change it from CS to items? C? Nope. X? Thank you, Salvo. You guys know a lot of stuff about this. Thank you, Salvo. Okay, you're doing... You could have died there to minions if Vayne hit that last auto attack there. You should have died. Very risky freezing the wave like that. You should have also been attacking some of the minions before that as well to try and like thin out the wave a little bit, but so that you can still freeze it. You're very lucky to be alive right now, but you did the right thing trying to try and sort of freeze the wave for Caitlyn. Okay. Nothing else to mention here. What did you level next? Q. That's fine. Leveling Q second is fine in a situation. It's a shame you missed that one. As soon as it's... I would say to your Caitlyn... Okay, Vayne's missing on the map, so she's definitely recalling, right? So what needs to happen in this situation is that you want to push in as quickly as possible. So you need to spam, start spam hitting these minions. Because you got another wave coming in as well. This wave will come down to be a cannon minion as well. So you want to push in this wave as quickly as possible. Help push in the next wave, which will land around about here. And then recall with Caitlyn again. Caitlyn's starting to speed up the push. I think she's realised that Vayne's gone back. Push. You should be helping push in this wave. You need to help. Come back here. You need to help push. You need to know when to identify when to push in the lane. You need this lane to reset so you can go back and go buy items. This is taking way long to push. Even Caitlyn's pushing this slow. No, okay, that was the problem. This is what's happened. Vayne's come back into the lane with items. This wave has not crashed into the tower, so they're not being preoccupied here. So they have the potential to do what you were doing down here and freezing the wave here. They can easily freeze this wave here. You can hit S if you don't want the camera to auto direct. Thank you. So in this situation here, you've now fucked yourself over because they have the potential. If they're clever enough, if I was these guys, I'd freeze the wave. So you would just lose so much XP, and by the time you get back into the lane, you would have lost like 1.5 waves here. If they freeze it properly. Because now, like, you're in a situation, you're half health. You're the only one who hasn't gone back to buy yet in the laning phase. And you haven't been able to reset the wave, and you're not going to be able to go back to buy anytime soon. If I was the enemy bot lane in this situation, I would be way more aggressive here. You got nothing to be scared of because the Rakan's got half health and he's got no items. He's not even got any potions. When are you going to go back? I'm more interested about that. When do you choose to go back in this situation? I could see why you tried that. Black Shield was down on Morgana as well. You guys might die to Graves here. Yeah. You should die to Graves here. Yeah. Red buff's enough. I think honestly, if they played that better in high elo, that should have been, both of you should have died. So you died mainly because you didn't reset the wave properly. You didn't have items. In that situation, you may have had like Frostfang and a control ward. I probably would have gone back at that point when I said to, and get a Frostfang and a control ward, and then I would have had the control ward either here, or if I was managing to push up a lot, which if with a Caitlyn would usually happen, I would have a control ward here. So yeah, you not recalling cost basically, yeah, you died to a gank because of that. And because this is lower ELO, Caitlyn doesn't care, so she's probably going to die here as well. Yeah, Caitlyn's dead. She has no reason to be there. If your support or your AD has died, and especially after their jungler had just been down here like 5 seconds ago, just stay at tower or recall yourself. Okay. Can't speak in chat because internet's being poop, but yeah, I like watching VOD reviews. Oh, nice. Type 1 if you like this, and type 2 if you don't like this. It'll be good feedback to see if I should do this more often for you guys. So type 1 if you like it, and type 2 if you don't. So you had summoner shards 1? Okay, that's lots of ones. Okay, cool. So that's an overkill positive response. Thanks, Bad Burger, for the prime sub, man. Thanks, man. Welcome to the berry bush. So Rakan's got summoner shard, which is fine. TP to lane. That's probably the best thing you could do right there. It's a shame you had to use TP like that though. It's a shame you didn't have a ward in the lane. What I like doing, if you go summoner shard on support, if you go TP, ideally the best... Oh, don't do that, please. Please. So the best thing that I like to do as a support with summoner shard and TP is that you can actually gank your own lane. So if there was a ward here, you could have probably killed this Morgana. Shame there wasn't one there though, but if there was one there, I would have said TP to there, kill the Morgana, and you would have been able to like E to the Caitlyn maybe. Would have been worth it. Your instruction as my support. Thanks for the content. Enjoy watching your stream as I'm support main yourself. Thanks, dude. Nearly got a kill there. Nice try. I think at this point in the game, once again, you need to help your AD has no health and no resources, and she really needs to go back. You need to help push in this lane again. So that's obviously something that you need to work on. Okay, now you're helping now. You could have helped about 5 seconds before that, but yeah, and then you got to go back. Yeah, she has to go back. What you can do at this point, this is perfect time. So for everyone who's asking like when should I roam, like now is the perfect time to roam. Don't stay in your lane. You should be already because from roaming, not regardless of looking at the map and that these two have just found each other, they've literally only just found each other there. You would be around about here if you were about to roam to mid. So you would have been here for this engage. There's no point standing in lane, especially when the wave's pushed up here. You're not going to be able to get any CS, and getting XP here is going to be extremely risky. So your next best thing to do is trying to look for another play mid. There might be an enemy control ward here or here. If you're able to, if you're feeling ballsy enough, you could try and check this tri-bush for a control ward. In this case, there is one. But if you find yourself nothing to do, you've always got to find something else you can do, whether it's looking for control wards, being able to try and gank mid, because like the worst case scenario is you come up to here, realize the mid lane is not going to be there, or you just recalled, you maybe come up to here to check if there's controlled here, and then you go back. That's the worst case scenario. You don't die most of the time by doing that, unless you accidentally walk into an enemy jungler right in your face, which is extremely rare, and you guarantee vision for your team. So what happens here? What the hell? That's cool. Oh, no. I would not do that, though. at early levels in Rakan, especially because you're not level 6 yet, your only engage ability is your W. You cannot use your W to go into the Dragon Pit. Even I know it sucks, but you have to go all the way around. You have to. You can't. It's like the equivalent of using like a Blitzcrank hook and then just like in there doing nothing. Because W has such a long cooldown at that point. There you go. Yeah, you had to flash out. So yeah, that cost you a flash. That mistake. So yeah, on those, especially well, on Rakan at least anyway, don't use your W for traveling over walls unless it's like to do fog of war over it. Say for example you knew for certain there was a ward here, but for some reason there was no ward here. You could W over here, stay in fog of war, and then by the time you get to around about like here to gank mid, then your W will be up, if that makes sense. So yeah. Oh. So yeah, that cost you your flash. What items do you have? You've got a Frostfang. I don't know if you had money for a control ward. I think you would have had, so I can't remember if I don't think you did buy a control ward, did you? So this is a free kill. Good lock onto the Vayne though. I'm quite surprised you managed to catch that. That was a good lock onto the Vayne. Where were you during this positioning? That was dumb with Morgana. She tried black shielding herself, but she actually got rooted. Right there, you should Q and then W right onto Morgana, because Q should... You're level 5, yeah. You got 3 points in Q. Yeah, you do. So your Q pops Morgana's shield. You would Q Morgana and then W her. Do you have Ignite? You don't have Ignite, but you... She has no summoners? Yeah, she has no summoners. Should be a kill there, actually. I'm surprised you got the Vayne there though, so that was a good job that you managed to do that though. That was good. I'm really surprised that I actually caught onto the Vayne there. Caitlyn nearly getting caught, that was pretty bad. Yeah, going for that ward is fine. Now you've got some more lane control. That Morgana's nuts. Tanking those headshots like that. Right, yeah. Okay, jungler's coming. What you can do is do W. What I would do, okay, so someone like melee like that or Graves range, what you can do is wait until Graves gets to around about here. And then do W, then E escape. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Good. So your mechanics are decent. You did the right thing mechanically there. You did exactly what you should have there. You could have stepped forward a little bit more there though. Yeah, one thing I'd say that is extremely lucky you didn't get condemned against this wall there though. And then you got pushed out there. That's very lucky. You did the right play though. I would have done exactly the same sort of thing. You should have another E charge. Hopefully you didn't use 2 E charges at the same time. I would have E'd back to Caitlyn here. And then fired out a Q onto the Vayne or the Morgana. Because you should have only had to use 1 E charge here. Caitlyn's overstepping the mark now though. I would have spammed back off pings at this point. There's no point staying forward at this point now, because if you do get hit by binding and Graves is like here, then you will die again. I would just say like this is another thing that happens in laning phase as well. Even some people in Diamond do this, right? You've got only a couple of minions here. They're not killing any minions here, right? So none of your minions are able to kill any of the enemy minions. So none of these minions are going to die from the other minions. All of these minions, every single one of these minions will end up here at this tower. You do not need to be up here at all. Do you know if that makes sense? Should he have W to 80 carry? No, the Graves is fine. Graves burst damage is pretty insane. If he gets too close to you guys, then you get wrecked. I think what he did there was perfectly fine. It was just Kind of lucky that Condemned didn't come through. But yeah, so there's literally no reason for you two to be this far up in the lane when so you're not going to lose any XP here. I see that happen a lot actually. This is silly. No, why is this Caitlyn doing this? Good engage. Morgana was very slow to Black Shield. One thing is I would say is I would never try that in a million years because you have, I guess, I don't know. I guess you do have a ward here. I thought there wasn't any ward there. I guess you saw Graves go up top side. Maybe I would have done that actually if I saw Graves go up into the river. I would say that was extremely risky though. Against a better Morgana, that Vayne would have been Black Shielded. But no, he did. Yeah, it worked out. I guess that's one of those things where in high ELO it doesn't work because the Vayne would have been Black Shielded there and you would have been put in a very bad spot there. Morgana's been very bad at Black Shielding. Once again, for if you were this Morgana, there's no reason for you to be this far up the lane. Caitlyn has ultimate and all it's going to take is Caitlyn ult press a Rakan WQ to kill. Right now that's killed. Yeah. Q. Yeah. Yeah, she's dead. Called it. Literally called it. Yeah, she had no reason to be up that far deep. Morgana's Black Shield was in cooldown at that point. But yeah, I called that death at least. Alright, going back into laning phase. Yeah, you've used your ultimate. What did you buy? Mobility boots? That's fine. I wouldn't have used my ulti here though. If you had, because she had Black Shield up anyway. Ignite plus the Caitlyn ult would have been enough anyway. Or a couple of auto attacks. You didn't need to use your ulti there. Thanks Arcane by the way, and Bomb for the follows. It's a shame because if you had your ulti up at this point, I would come straight through lane here with my ult and try and make a play on mid. That's what I would personally do. Because at this point, generally this Caitlyn should be okay 2v1. She's pretty far ahead now, she's 3-1. But yeah, your ult's down, so whatever, you can't roam mid. That's fine. Mobility boots is fine. Did you buy a control ward? That's your control ward, right? I hope that's your control ward. It's a shame Caitlyn didn't buy one. Caitlyn bought 3 potions instead of a control ward. If you have to buy that many potions in lane, by the way, like this Caitlyn does, just buy a renewable potion, refillable potion. Like buying 1 health potion or 2 health potions over the course of the laning phase is fine. But if you start spending way too much money in health potions, you just might as well just buy a refillable. That's when refillable becomes worth it. Yeah, but Sin, that's a risk that you have to take. If I was Rakan, I'd try and get this mid lane ahead. Be really easy kill with a Lux as well. So use everything on Jace. All Lux has to do is Q and then ult. It's a really, really, really easy kill. Jace has no escape, so yeah. Whoa. Why did you decide to go mid there? What made you decide to roam mid? Because this lane isn't pushed in yet properly? Something made you want to go to mid. Is it the fight that at mid? Whoa. You need to stop what you're doing right there. There's no lane here? There's no minions here. Okay, so when you want to roam, you want to roam as the wave has ended, basically. So you should be trying to, if you want to roam to mid, you need to push in as many minions as possible in that wave that approached. And once there's like 1 or 2 casts of minions left, then you can. You kind of just ditched your Caitlyn in this. She should have died. This Caitlyn should have 10 out of 10 died. And then you come back from mid to back to bot. Yeah, a bit risk. Just make sure you identify when you can ditch your AD carry. Like now, like the hit, like here. Just before this. So she's pushing the wave. Is she gonna cue the wave? Right, that's fine. I'd say right now, like, this wave's gonna push in. You can probably go up to here before you decide to either come back, or if you decide to go mid, start spam pinging back your AD carry. If that makes sense. Decent Q harass. Once again, try and keep the pressure on. Keep pushing in the mid. Help your AD more push in the lane. When you know she wants to push in more like she is kind of doing. You are going to auto hit that minion there, but you cancelled it. Just help her push. Then it gives you more control to be able to push it to roam to mid if you want to. Good Q harass again. Right, so in this situation, I would say keep an eye on the minimap as much as possible. Make sure you know where the enemy jungler is. But I'd go pretty aggressive at this point. I'd probably be like on this front line here. Just being an absolute pain in the ass to them. Back off when there's one minion left though, if you get caught by a binding. This is dodgy. This is literally the worst time to get caught. Yeah, respect the amount of minions that are left under tower. Caitlyn didn't respect it either, and you were the victim of that as well though. So it was like 75% Caitlyn's fault there. Respect like the minion, how many minions are left here. If there's like one, like it's probably already too late, like two maybe at least. It has to be at least two really. Alright, let's see how you I want to slow this down. And I'll predict what I would say what I would do if I saw the situation. And then we'll see what actually happens. Right, you just got binded. You've got heal on you on your summoner shard. Right, and at this exact moment in time, you've just seen Graves come down. Binding's about to wear off. Bot lane have actually set... Like, Morgana actually ran away. Here, if I was this Morgana, I would have ulted her. I would have ulted. This would have been a really good ult potential. Like, you would have seen the Graves come down. And then I would have ulted her. But she backed off. Right. In this situation, at this point, I'd probably keep running. Keep running. Keep running away. Black Shield has been used. Morgana Flash. You got a minion wave here. So you're not going to get hit by any bindings. At least for the next 2 seconds. Alright. Oops, I didn't mean to click rewind. Yeah, okay. What I would do at this point, you're outnumbered. Morgana got 2 ult chains on you. You did one good thing here. I would have done exactly what you did on the engage on Graze, but I would have legged it. I would have ran right straight back to my tower here. Rakan's movement speed on the ulti would have given you enough pace, and I would have used heal. Before this, you had heal, right? So you should have healed anyway. As soon as you saw Graves come into this bush here, heal gives movement speed. Applies the same with AD carries. It happens in Diamond as well. It annoys the hell out of me. Use heals, movement speed. Just get the fuck out of there. Because here, you should have popped up heal, and they would have created more distance this way. But I would have engaged on the Graves here, used the movement speed from the Rakan ulti, and just legged it. Just run away. If your AD carry decides to stay, moronic. Just keep running. You try going in here. Okay, you E to Caitlyn. Okay, she's still running. That's good. Keep running. Don't go back in. Don't go back in. You magically got out of that. I was quite impressed. Heal used way too late. Honestly, I'm surprised you guys came out of that. But the heal was too late. So there were a couple of things that you could have done better. The E to Caitlyn, I'm surprised you managed to pull it off. You surprised me there. But you don't want to stay. You're just like... You're pushing your luck here. I think at this point here... How much gold do you have? What button is it? X. You got... Caitlin's got 1k and you've got nearly 500 gold. I would go back and get a control ward plus finish whatever you're going to buy on that ruby. If I was you, I'd probably go Shirley's. You want to end this game quickly, so you want to roam around a lot more, so I'd buy Shirley's, so finish off it into a Kindle gem at least. What elo is this game, Ollie? It's Silver 5. So I would have recalled here. Do you have any map vision here? You do. You can see the graves there still. Your map vision has been pretty decent this game. I give you that. Your map control has been really nice. This bush has generally been pretty warded like most of the time. Even I sometimes screw that up. So your warding's been pretty decent generally. Once again, like as I said, you could have recalled here because you guys are doing absolutely nothing here. You could have recalled when I said because you know you guys are just when you're not doing anything in the game, you're wasting time. Okay, that Caitlyn dodged that again. If I were you guys, okay. In this situation here, okay, you have 3 caster minions here, just freeze it. You've had Graves camping you the entire time. Just use that and just freeze it. Make them come to you. That was too deep of a dive. As I was saying just then, just make them come to you. Once again, at this point, I would probably start roaming. They can't engage on you. Morgana's all the way far back. I'd probably start walking up to here again. Actually, no. Lux just died. I probably wouldn't even bother doing that. I'd probably check like around here for a couple of wards to try and put a ward over here. But that's probably as far as I would go. Decent harassment from Caitlyn. I just realised she's got lethal tempo with Caitlyn. Can I just say, by the way, like, Aquara, you're generally so far, apart from a few minor mistakes, your mechanics have been fairly decent, right? There's only a few minor mistakes that I could say. Your warding has been pretty decent. So the main thing so far, I would say, is lane management is that you need to work on. And when to roam. Those are probably the 2 biggest flaws. But right now, your mechanics are 10 times better than the Morgana. Your AD, both the ADs, well, I think your AD is probably slightly worse than your Caitlyn's slightly worse than the Vayne. But you're definitely like noticeably better than the Morgana. So if you can brush up on those 2 things, maybe you probably would climb up a lot easier, to be honest. Not sure why you W'd the wave there though. I don't want to waste W. W does no damage to minions. Unless you're maxing it first. Yeah, also hit the tower as much as you can. Rather than messing around because you will get the GP5. Your gold hits from tower hits as well. If you do get that close anyway. Wouldn't really advise it against their team with the condemn and the binding. But if you find yourself in that situation. Caitlyn. So far it's pretty quiet. It's not much to do. I think if I were you, I would have told this Rengar to piss off and go somewhere else. Like, they're under tower. And the only way that Rengar is going to make a play here is if he ends up into this bush here. And to be honest, even that's ridiculously risky. I would tell the Rengar not to bother. I'd spam pick him back and tell him to go away. Because he's wasting his time there. One more. You can do it. One more tower hit. Okay, Morgana's So now you can go crazy. Morgana's so now you can go crazy. There's nothing that they can do. She's got no mana for Black Shield or Binding. I would stay. I would stay in this lane right now. Okay, Morgana's gone back, but you haven't quite realized that yet. I would push up here and check if Morgana's gone back, and if she isn't, I would tower dive her right now. Go now. Go now. You got Caitlyn up. Nice. Good, 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 good. Oh, Caitlyn. What is she doing to you? Oh my god. Okay, you did the exact right thing there. This is not your fault that didn't work out. Once again, you're doing a lot of right things. It's just, yeah. I think at this point I would have been annoyed. I would have been annoyed at my AD at this point, and I'd be like, okay, this AD probably won't carry the game with those mechanics, so I would go mid. I would try and find another opportunity mid. And if Lux is able to get like a quick catch on someone at that point, then you might win the game. But yeah, you did a really good job. All Caitlyn had to do was do Q ult and she was dead. She didn't even do that. So at that point, that would be like the giveaway top. Wow, this laning phase has lasted 15 minutes as well. I've only just realized. It's kind of like got a bit time disoriented. Like 15-minute laning phase. The laning phase lasts so long in low elo. Like this would be over by now in Diamond. This would be like three tier 1 towers would be done by now. So yeah, games are a lot slower in low elos. Wait, wait. Let's go back a bit. Let's go back a bit. What did you buy? You upgraded your GP5. What did you actually buy? So you had Crystal, Frostfang, Mobility Boots. You go back. You buy Eye of the Watchers. No. Eye of the Watchers is really, really bad for money. The only GP5 you should be upgrading are the other two. Like, if you want it. The coin upgrade isn't too bad because it's pretty cheap. The tank one's really good because it gives you a gold charge, plus it allows you to kill those minions super quickly. But no, Eye of the Watchers is terrible. Because we've already identified at the start of the game that you need to win the game early. You've win the first 25 minutes. The items that you should be buying should be snowballing items, not more vision control. So, I'd be working towards Shrillies right now. I would sell your trinket for a red trinket. And I would have 1 or 2 control wards. I would make the rest of the money up in control wards. You got 47 gold here. I mean, even if you went this build, I'd still wait in base for 25 gold for a control ward. Yeah, you just had to wait in base for about 5 seconds and you would have had a control ward. But yeah, I would go Shirley's this game and try and snowball quickly. You got decent quick engage as well with the Camille and Rengar as well, so it'd work quite well as that. So you didn't sell your trinket and you didn't buy a control ward. Even if that's your control ward here, you still need another one, especially with this Drake. I can't believe this Drake isn't dead, by the way. It's been up for 15 minutes. Infernal Drake just sitting there. In this game, also, because we've identified that the win condition is early, you should have been roaming, like, tried to attempt at least to roam towards mid more to snowball it instead of like trying to sit bot and do sort of like nothing. Because the longer this game goes on, the worse off it is with you, with the Vayne and the Cho'Gath. You haven't really got a late game character there, so champion on your team, so you see me all game pinging the Drake dude. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm not saying it's your fault. That's definitely not your fault that hasn't been started. One of these junglers on either side should have started it by now. Even Cho'Gath like coming down and being a threat and then TPing top so he can secure the Drake with his ultimate, he should be doing that. But I mean, yeah, it's not your fault. This is your fault though. That's a lot of damage to take. Taking too much free damage here. At this point in the game, and this part of the laning phase, there's too many items for you to tank now. There's too many items on the enemy team for you to tank the waves like that though. Now with them there. Right, so Graves started the dragon. Or he's about to, at least anyway. So you know Graves is bot side at least anyway. I'll be playing safe. Okay, you're doing the right thing here. I would not do that. You're lucky to be alive. Did Graves have ulti? Oh, he did use his ult on you. Yeah. I mean, you saw Graves there anyway. I mean, you're basically being hard camped. You're lucky to get even one kill from that. Yeah. Your Lux kindly roamed down. She's barrier. Okay. But yeah, you don't... It's not your job to go in and say hide the Graves here. Your job is just to go back here as straight as possible. And if they die of you, try and make a play from that. And start spamming assist flag pings. If there's a TP up. Because, yeah. No, it's just... Okay, and if you're the enemy team in this situation, you just killed their bot lane. And their jungler just died. Graves and Vayne should be immediately doing this dragon, by the way. This dragon should be started by the enemy team. I don't know why they're not doing it.
Red team double kill.
Bread team? Bread team double kill. Let's check that bot side. Okay, so you identified that they didn't do the dragon again. Wait, what did you buy? What did you buy? Hold on. Okay, next thing on your list to learn is item builds. Wait, what are you buying? You're going for redemption, right? You still got a control ward here. You need to sell that still, and you still need to buy... You need to sell this for red trinket, and you need to buy control wards. This is too long in the game. 17 minutes in the game, you haven't changed your trinket yet. That's really, really, really bad. Even the enemy support's done that as well. Yeah, just make sure you get your red trinket and some control wards. By now, I think I would have bought like at least 3 or 4 wards at this point. Control wards. Like, you don't need a fairy... Like, Rakan has no mana issues anyway. So don't buy... Like, you don't need that fairy charm. You don't need 25% base mana regen. Sell that. Instead, you should have 2 control wards. Okay, so you know the Graves is mid, so I'll try and make a play here. Alright, you just see Morgana use her black shield. And you know exactly where every enemy is. 1 top, 2 mid. You need to make a play here right now. If I go. Wait, you have smite? Why'd you have smite? You should take exhaust or what else can you take at this point? You should have exhaust or you've already taken a heal. TP you've already taken. Can you take TP again at this point? I don't think you can. You should have exhaust. Oh no, he's got ignite anyway from the base. Basically, he has summoner shard, so he has ignite. Once he uses his smite, he'll have ignite. You took smite because you think they're the dragon. Honestly, at 18 minutes in the game, this dragon's still up. Like, I would assume at this point this Drake is going to stay up the entire game at this point, to be honest. I wouldn't bother. Go. Slightly too slow to pull the trigger, but good. You got 1 kill. Go help Rengar. Go help Rengar. E. Right, pull this. Pull this. This is exactly what I do. Pull it. Good. If you had a control ward here, or red trinket, like, you'd have had this secured. Let's see what happens. Pull it. You know Lux is coming in. You just seen that ward being put down. I would try and get... It's a shame this jungler isn't pulling it out more. Okay, now you need to run. Cho'Gath just came down. Has Camille got TP? No. Right, this is unfortunate, this situation. It's a shame you didn't have a control ward here in the first place, though. This is a decent play by Jace. It's a shame Lux is a little bit slow to come into this. You did the right thing pulling it, at least anyway. Holy crap. I think you guys are going to get boned here though. Right. At this point, your Rengar's dead, so I'd run to Lux. Try and help Lux out here. Okay. Can you eat yet? Okay, that worked out. Camille, has she got ulti? Yeah, she's got ult. It's a shame you didn't have a control ward for this. Also, it's a shame Caitlyn didn't come up and help you do Drake, but that's a different story. You did exactly what I would have done. I would have called for that dragon. Nice try to save here.
Oh my god, look at this. There's a bunch of berries.
There's not much else you can do in this situation. You got your red trinket and a control ward now finally. Good, 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 good. Thanks Panda for the follow. What's the stat bonus from Infernal? Is it 8% AD and AP? Is it 8%? Okay, yeah, you're clutching at straws here, trying to make something happen, aren't you? I can see why you're trying to do this, but it's not worth it. You need to wait for your team to get here before you go in, because you're going in with a W, but your team isn't ready. You're putting the trigger too early. You want to try and go on Jace. It's just bad W. There's nothing else to say about that. You're not going to kill the Cho'Gath with auto attacks. Just be careful. Did Jace kill Lux? What's happening with Lux? Where did Lux go? This Lux has just been doing nothing the entire time. So they did do the dragon after all that. Yeah, you should have identified that. You had the big announcement there that dragon had been done. And you know that there's like all their team there. I think that's just you being desperate to get a kill right for your team because you're so far behind now at this point. I think at this point in the game, because you're an early game team, you're trying to smite the red buff. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's worse. Because you're an early game team and they're a late game team, I can already tell this game's going to be pretty much donezo now. Yeah, you've literally just walked into like their perfect like setup now for their game. It's going to be incredibly hard for you to get back into this game, and with how tanky Cho'Gath and Graves are generally anyway with stats, and how well siege that the Jace can do, it would be incredibly difficult for you guys to even pick off anyone here in a team comp. So basically you got out team comped here as well. There's nothing you can do to save that tower from going down. I wouldn't even bother trying going in. That's too much. It's fine though, because you can do that, because I wouldn't have used the exhaust there though, but that's fine to like chase the Graves down that much anyway, because there's nothing he can do against you anyway. Right, okay. This point, you just killed what, 2, and Graves is super low. Where's Caitlyn? Caitlyn isn't anywhere near. I think Baron might take too long actually. Hey Bizzle, not long to puke? Yeah man, not long to puke. If Caitlyn was here, you could do Baron. You just haven't got enough DPS to do Baron here. Getting tier 1. You maybe get tier 2, or at least take tier 2 down to half HP. But you don't want to overextend too long, because they can do Baron right as soon as they respawn. Just don't get too cocky here. Don't forget about the Jace on your flank. He already shot you guys once. Yeah. You forgot about the Jace on your flank. You're the only one that can really protect them from that flank there. If someone like Camille, okay, good. At least you managed to get your W still up. But if someone like that, like a Camille, dives in like that, and there's an assassin in your back line, Rakan's actually one of the best support champions to stop an assassin like that coming into your side flank like that. 1 for 1. To be honest, it could have been a lot worse than that. Oh my god, it's double lift. Are you gonna die? I was gonna say. Oh my god. Is that Jason Bourne? Yeah, you guys just need to get the hell out of here now. Okay, that Vayne's amazing. Don't stay, you've got no HP, don't get cocky. Keep running away. You guys need to recall ASAP. Where are you going? You need to recall because they can still do Baron. I mean, I wouldn't have even bothered. She was so deep by herself, there's literally no point in you running from all the way from over here to over here with like 10% HP. Just leave it and recall. You wasted about 15 seconds here. During that 15 seconds, you lost 15 seconds of time to getting map control over here. So yeah. Wait, what did you buy? I still don't like the redemption pick, and I don't know why you have another Crystal Embracer. Alright, you're behind at this point. You're going to be very squishy whenever you go in. Redemption doesn't make you any tankier at all. You just bought a little bit more HP. Really, against this team, there's not too much you can do about Cho'Gath because he'll just like norm you if he wants to. So you're going to take true damage from that anyway. But they've got 2 ADs and a Jace. I would say something armor based would be best here. To be honest, even a Zeke's would be quite good here. Gives you some decent stats, resistance stats, and can improve the damage on the Caitlyn a little bit if she ever joins in any of the team fights. Which so far she hasn't. This is a less than Super Necklord, yeah. So yeah, I'd like the item build. Having Eye of the Watchers at this stage of the game though, for having Baron control's fine. Having 4 wards for Baron is fine. What about Vow or Locket? Knight's Vow. Not really, because you want to be you still have identified at the start of the game that you need to win this game as quickly as possible. You're behind. So you're going to be a lot more squishy anyway to go in. So Zeke's gives you tanky stats and also a tiny bit of extra damage for your team. That's basically it really. But going Vow's okay if you've got a... I'd say if you had a more vulnerable... Vow works nice with Death's Dance. So if you've got someone with Death's Dance on your team that can make them like extra tanky. I find that's what I find at least anyway. And what did you say about Locket? Locket, they've got no AP really, so I wouldn't bother going Locket. Too much MR that you'll be taking there. Biz, you doing long stream tomorrow? Yeah, man. Yes, I will diddly do. Okay, what's going on here? Have you got ult up? I would hard engage here, I think. Their Jace is dead. Their best player is dead. Black Shield is just used here. Have you got flash? Not quite. Where's Caitlyn? She's here as well. Wait, where are your team? Wait. Rengar's top side. Camille's dead. So it's 3v3 here. I think you guys would win this, honestly. I would go in for this. Caitlyn ult. Caitlyn ult. Caitlyn ult. Caitlyn ult. What are you doing? Okay, good job, Lex. You want to get ready to go in. They're overextending still. Get ready to go in. Go in. You should have gone in like 3 times here already. It's gonna be too late now. They might back off now. Yeah, you could have engaged. Oh well.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, Rengar got 2 towers topside. That was decent split push from him. It's a shame he died though. So right now, you know your Rengar's dead. You're 4v5. You need to make sure they might make a play on Baron. So you need to make sure you got map control, at least a couple of wards somewhere if you're able to. You're pretty lucky that they revealed themselves mid, so you know where they are, so they're not sneaking a Baron so far. Okay, this is literally the worst case scenario. Your AD carry just caught mid lane by a snare. Your only option in this point, if Caitlyn dies at this point, they get Baron 100%. Your only option here is to engage. I'm hoping that's what you do. Good. Double binding. Nice job by Lux. Lux did her job here. Did you die to Cho'Gath ulti? I'm assuming you did. There's not much else you could do there. Lux did the best there. Nice counterplay by Rengar. I think at this point your team needs to just leave it. Just be happy with what they've got for now. Maybe have one person trying to split for the tier 2 bot. Wow. What the fuck is going on here? Okay. If you're rank, I can get a kill here. Okay, so in this situation you just lost 2 for 1. Both junglers are dead though, but they can go with Baron still. With the Cho'Gath plus Inferno Drake spawning. I'd say don't fight for any objectives right now. Just wait until the respawns play in your favor. Like, you literally don't know where any of the team is here. I wouldn't have even gone in here in the first place. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what Jace is doing there, but in a different ELO, that would be way too scary for me to go in. So okay, so now the scenario switched. You've got 2 guys respawning in 5 seconds, and they've got a guy that's dead for 35 seconds. Their best guy, the most fed guy. You need to get ready for a play. You need to start getting identify if they're already doing the dragon or not. And if they're not, then you want to start setting that up. If you know that dragon's about to be done, then you need to be setting up for Baron. So in this situation here, I would probably check out the dragon myself carefully. I wouldn't have used a control ward here though, especially since that was your only control ward left. I would have just put a normal ward there. You're by yourself here. Your best bet is to go to dragon and W over the wall. Or that's okay too. Luckily Caitlyn came into play here. Run away. Now you need to see, alright, looking at the minimap, Vayne's top side, you need to buy time. You need to buy time for these teammates to come in and help you in this fight that's about to happen. Don't go in. Whatever you do not go in. That's okay to try and help the Caitlyn because she messed up. Locke's got a kill here. Right, you need to clean up. You need to clean up right now. Go in the Cho'Gath! Ah! Okay, good. Now Baron. Baron. Spam ping Baron. I would spam ping Baron right now. Do not... Go Baron! Baron! No, where are you going? Stop chasing. Go Baron. Not a single ping has gone onto Baron during this time. That would be a Baron. You would have won the game here. Not a single ping from your team pinged onto Baron there. No. You just got 2 kills and you got nothing for it. It's like the worst case scenario. So, like, okay, you managed to kill 2 of them at the Mountain Drake. They got it though, and then like you got nothing, no objective for it. Even if your team wasn't following you for your Baron call, you should be going up here anyway and making sure there's no control wards here. Like there's one here that's just sitting in a... and also you should... And like, because you got player advantage, you would kill this control ward. You would deny them this, and then you would deny them the blast cone as well. I would with the player advantage that you had, I would come through here. Okay, control ward here, knock that out. Square's warp, deny that. And then go and stand here, take the blast cone out. Just deny them as much resources as possible. Oh dear, good luck. Wait, what, who? You and your promos at bronze just need to sit down and do them. Good luck, Dirtle. Your Rengar, it's nuts. He's got no ulti. He's dead. Yeah, honestly, I would say this is your fault. You're not at the right place here. This Baron is your job to have wards down in solo queue, honestly. So Rengar dying, as much as it's stupid of him doing that anyway, this is technically your fault for not scouring out wards and putting wards down at the Baron pit. This is your job to keep map control over this point and at this late in the game. Ulti. Your Lux is doing a decent job. It's a shame she dies here though. It's a shame Vayne didn't die there. If Vayne died there, they would have had a hard job doing this. Okay, because you're down here anyway, I can understand the last ditch effort just to push. They've got Baron guaranteed, right? So you got to take whatever you've got. So you're doing the right thing in this current situation here. Keep pushing. Kill him. No! Perfect opportunity there, man. Don't spend too long talking in chat. Standing here is really, really bad. Try your best to only communicate in pings. Also, this J should have died. At this point, EWR, ERW, or whatever. He dies. It's a shame. Because you know they were all just doing Baron here as well, so he or maybe one other person maximum is here, and Jace just went over full overextension there. So you could have killed the Jace and you would have got rid of one of their split pushes with Baron. That could have been huge. Yeah, you need to go back at this point now though. After getting the kill on Jace or whatever, if he escapes or whatever, you need to get out of here. Because they've just done Baron. Don't forget Baron empowers your recall. So you get back to the fountain in half the time. And then you just need to run. Because they're going to be down there in no time. Especially with the home guard from fountains as well. If you guys die here, I would not be surprised. Yeah, Caitlyn's probably dead here. Nice try. Nice. Nice disengage. Is it gonna be enough though? Nah, I think you guys are fucked. Caitlyn sacrificed herself for you. WA. Okay. Caitlyn did the right thing there and sacrificing herself because she was screwed anyway. That's probably Caitlyn's best move there, sacrificing herself for you to live. Don't mess around too much here though. There's nothing to fight for there. There's no point doing that. Now you have to recall and you're not here to help pressure this tower, even though I personally wouldn't have bothered. Oh my god, that Lux is so unlucky killing that Vayne. Unlucky Lux. Camille's okay, so at this point you know your AD carry's dead and Camille's putting pressure up top side. You got TP still. You need to ditch this TP for your flash again. You need to get your flash back. I don't know why you've taken off your flash for TP. You never want to have TP flash. That's a really bad combination to have right now. Even if it means just using TP on a random tower, just get rid of it and get your flash back. Don't engage. Don't engage. They got Baron. Just delay. No. Good follow up on the Lux engage considering the situation though. But yeah, guys, if the enemy team has Baron, you fight at your tower. Because if they have to run away, you clear out the wave and then you just delay it. Just delay the Baron as much as possible. You didn't need to fight outside there. That's gonna be game now, I think. Should be game. Pentakill. Yeah. Well, I hope that was useful for you guys. I hope some of the things I said made sense. Yeah, your mechanics are fine. You obviously know how to play Rakan, right? So your mechanics for a silver player on a champion is definitely like better than most, right? Your mechanics, your individual mechanics of mostly when to go in and when to go out and what to do in certain situations. I'd say plat. Honestly, if I saw those mechanics, I'd say yeah, plat 5 at least. Yeah, sure. Warding, yeah, your warding is pretty decent. Work on your item builds. Your item build's pretty garbage. So always, like when you go into a game, look at the biggest threat. Like work out if they're going to win, if they're an early game team or a late game team. If they're an early game team, you want to delay the game as long as possible. If you've got a hyper carry on your team. If the, do you know what I mean? Just like identify the win condition before you even get into the game. Work out what kind of items you're going to be going for before you get, like, as you're in the loading screen, because you do not want a redemption on Rakan in this game. You need to win early by 25 minutes, really, ideally. You want to engage, you want to roam around, have Ether Wisp for the extra movement speed. That would have helped out a lot, I think. I think you could have probably roamed to mid at least once that game. I think you probably could have killed Jace at least once that game, and yeah, like Lux nearly killed Vayne twice there. She was probably like 50 damage short, so like if you got Lux 300 gold, maybe she would have like won the game for you, man. I mean, I know it's only like silly, like little things like that, but could have been the case there. You need better control of Baron later in the game as well, though. Your Baron, your warding in laning phase is good. Your warding out of laning phase is terrible. So Baron needs better control. Buy control wards. Doesn't matter if like you have to wait for like 5 seconds in base. Like just wait, get a control ward. Make sure you don't forget to sell your trinket for red trinket. It happens sometimes, whatever. But it seemed like you forgot to buy it twice there, which is a lot worse than usual. You want to see the damage graph? Sure. Identify if your AD carry is up to it or not. Generally, like just comparing your AD carry with the enemy AD carry will just give you a good idea. It was obvious that the Caitlyn, even though she had 3 kills and 1 death, she was pretty, yeah. So you definitely want to prioritize from the roaming to mid then, because your Lux was decent. Your Lux was decent. She was landing her bindings. She was getting double bindings consistently, doing her combos. She was doing her jobs in the fight, in the individual fights that we weren't looking at her, like, but when she was in the fights doing her, she landed her stuff basically. That's all she needs to do. She Lux landed her abilities. Oh yeah, so yeah, the other thing as well is wave control. Like the wave management is terrible. You need to work on that as well. You need to push in the lane. You need to identify when to freeze the lane and when to push it in. If they're recalling, and you need to buy, push it. If you don't need to buy, and if you're available there you've got 2 options. You can freeze the wave, so you build up a bigger wave and you automatically deny the enemy CS, or you roam to mid. Ideally, you do some combination of the both, so like you manage to hold the wave just before it hits your tower, so then your minions are there, and then you roam to mid. But so yeah, Nikto, before this, you had no idea when it's a good time to recall a roam. No problem, man. So yeah, so I think that's everything. Is that everything? Wave management, item builds, identifying win conditions, roaming, yeah. So yeah, type 1 in chat if you'd like me to do that more often on stream, like do like random game reviews, and type 2 if you think I should just play solo queue more. It's fine or whatever answer. I just want to hear feedback from you guys. I'm actually surprised so many of you guys like that. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad I managed to help. I hope I helped some of you guys out at least anyway. If I can just help one person get out of like bronze or silver, then by that, then it's all good. Not a single 2. I know. It's good. Feels good, man.